All right, the next movement that we're gonna work on is the calf to hamstring co-contraction bridge. So this is a really, really important one for protecting our joints, protecting our lower bodies, and building integrated lower body strength. So a lot of us might have strong hamstrings in isolation or strong calves in isolation, but their ability to co-contract in unison oftentimes is very weak. So what does that mean? Co-contractions there's certain muscles in the body that are meant to work together in unison to protect certain joints, and the calf and hamstring fall as one of those examples. So they are meant to fire in unison to provide a protective mechanism for the knee, and again, working together to make sure that your knees are not doing, effectively too much when it comes to jumping or just generally extending that joint. So a lot of times, again, we'll be very strong in isolation for the hamstring or the calf, but the ability to connect the two together at the same time is challenging. So the way that we're gonna work on this is we're gonna get onto the ground and we're gonna have a foam roller or something else that we can either slightly move back and forth or press our foot down onto. I highly recommend a foam roller, and most gyms are gonna have that. What we'll do initially, we can have both feet on the roller, and we're gonna come back into a distance that'll let us get into a pretty reasonable height glute bridge. We don't need to be crazy far away to start, but we don't want to be super high up either, somewhere nice in the middle. So the keys here are going to be initially pressing with your forefeet, and this is key, not the toes, not the midfoot, and certainly not the heels. Pressing with the forefoot, this region of the foot here below the toes, as intently as you can directly into that foam roller, and squeezing your calves and Achilles as much as you can here. So pressing in as much as you can, and then from there, we're gonna get into a nice glute bridge. And then the key here is holding these heels up as high as you can and pressing directly down into the ground. And then what we're gonna start to do is oscillate forward and back as we hold the heels up as high as we can. This is gonna be the oscillation variation. Occasionally I'm gonna have you guys do this as an isometric too, where the heels are up, the glutes are contracted, and we work on holding strength in this position with our whole post chain firing in unison. And then for the most advanced variation, we can get the rolls as we're in the single leg. It's a very challenging one. You're gonna feel a lot of cramps when you do this initially, or tightness here, because again, you might have strong calves or hamstrings in isolation, but their ability to co-contract and work together in unison to support your full body weight over something like this is gonna be a pretty unique challenge for a lot of you guys. So this is gonna be a really fundamental one to building up the prerequisite strength to being able to sprint and jump completely safely, because you know that you have the strength to hold your whole body weight.